Hello, everybody. Get ready for the show. We're going to get a party started. Gonna be a little shortened version tonight. I don't want to lose my voice totally. And there you go. It's. We're gonna have a little bit of shortened show tonight. There we go. Let's bring her up. There, perfect. Welcome everybody as I'm trying to get everything in alignment with the there's perfect. There's YouTube, there's Facebook. Hi. Hi. So tonight we're going to talk about some things going on Facebook. It's going to be a little bit shortened version. I'm only going to do 2 segments tonight, so we're not going to go all the way to the top of the hour. We're just going to go from 6:30 to about 10:02. Somewhere in there. I've been trained, ran in from training and teaching insurance professionals this afternoon. Well, actually all day. From 8:30 this morning till 5 o'clock tonight. And I got in just in time to throw my coat on or throw my blazer over on the chair and then jump on here. So welcome. And hopefully everybody will be able to get through and comment. I'm trying to dodge the microphone and actually see where we're. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So tonight we're going to talk about something that happened yesterday on Facebook. All kinds of emotions going on with that. Sad, happy, sad, inspiring would be the word I'm looking for. Inspiring on that aspect. And so we're going to talk about that and maybe some things that we could do to turn that around. Cheers. It's my electrolyte drink. Cheers on that one. All right. So who's on board for tonight? Who's going to have some fun? Who's going to get the party started on that? Looks like everything is coming up. All right, perfectly. Some people ask me what's going on because the background's a little bit different. Everything's going on. We changed the setup. We moved the set. And so we're kind of fine-tuning. If you want to make some suggestions, we're going to be doing some different things on the wall. If you want to make your suggestions, feel free to go on and message me at Facebook. Go on Dave Stelma, Facebook Dave Stelma, and send me a message or a comment to one of the things and let us know what you'd like to see on the back wall there, what you'd like to see as a background. We will take your suggestions. I don't know if we'll do all of them, but it depends upon if they're a reasonable suggestion. Some things have been thrown out and ideas have been thrown out, and we have thrown them permanently in the garbage. So there's some good suggestions, some not so good suggestions. I am not going to be putting a Cars 2 poster on the back wall like Gabe wants me to do. I'm not going to do that. And hello, Ember. How are you? I'm not going to do probably anything of Star Wars or horror things and that. I've had a few suggestions on that too. It's just not me. So it's got to be something that fits your personality, right? So as you can see back there, we got some Fred Astaire pictures. We got some great things that Ember and I are both into, old movies, things of that sort. So, but we'll take your suggestions as we get into. Got about 3 minutes left until we start the show. A little under 3 minutes. So if you have comments, questions, feel free to shoot them in that comment box down there. Sorry that it's going to be a little bit shortened version. I want to make sure that I could get on there. Hi, Jill. How are you? Thanks for coming along on today's adventure. So I got a little tie on. I threw my suit jacket on the chair over there, ran in the door. I was teaching insurance professionals today about ethics. Had a whole day about ethics. I shared some of my stories that have come down through the times, I should say, through the years that I was in the insurance industry and got to teach them. And they were a great group, a lot of great stories, a lot of great scenarios. The role playing went really, really well. They did some great things, and I'm very proud of them. Oh, there you go. Thanks. I think that's a compliment, Jill. Thanks a lot. Very dapper. I'll take that as a compliment. But yeah, so normally I kind of have a little bit more of a casual shirt on, but but ran in the door, threw it on there. Hi, Vivian. Thanks for joining on. And we're going to get the party started in about a minute from now. We'll start a little bit early, right at 6:30. But the show tonight and it's going to be a little bit shortened show. I'm going to do just 2 segments instead of 3. We're going to get into it. And I'm going to talk about yesterday, what went on Facebook and some kind of my thoughts and feelings about that. And feel free to shoot your thoughts and feelings in the comments section during the show. I appreciate that. Share this with your friends if you think it's something that they would like. If it's something you think that they wouldn't like, maybe share with them too. It'll just annoy the heck out of them. All right. So without further ado, let's get this show started. Welcome everybody to tonight's show. I'm going to talk about Me Too and a whole lot more right after the intro. Yesterday on Facebook, we saw some very courageous women, men, children that posted Me Too. They posted on their Facebook page as a status as Me Too, and that was a symbolism that they at one point in time got harassed or went through sexual abuse of some sort or harassment, whether it be at work or just in their life. And the first one I saw, if you get my daily emails, I wrote about that in today's email. And the first one I saw at early in the morning, I woke up and I just kind of went on Facebook and was kind of perusing through there. And I saw that on my niece's status. And I was curious because I didn't hear about this going on. I didn't hear about this coming to fruition. I didn't know anything about it. And so I was curious, and then I started reading the comments, and she didn't have the whole posting on there. She just had Me Too on there. And then I read the posting on another person's update or status, and kind of hit it home with me. I was like, I was amazed, and then there was another one, and then there was another one, and on one level, you know that this is happening. You see the statistics, but you get numb to those things. 1 out of 5 women are sexually assaulted or harassed in that time, and based upon the comments and the things that were posted yesterday, I would guess that it's way higher than that if I had to add those up and go with statistics, and on all levels. I also saw another gentleman, another friend that posted on Facebook that his son posted that on his Facebook page as a status. And he started getting comments from his friends that were itself harassing. And he mentioned that. And then, of course, people rallied behind them and said, get rid of those friends and things of that sort. But it's really sad on one level. It's very inspiring on another level that we're at a point in our nation or in our lifetime that we can come out with this. We can state this out loud. We can make your voice heard by just a simple gesture. This is one of the things that really excites me and inspires me with Facebook and social media, is it can be used as a tool for good like this. And yes, there's going to be trolls. And I saw that throughout the day that some people posted that they had a troll that made comments and was going back and forth. And my comment to them was, if you ever and do this, if you ever get a troll of some sort that feels so protected behind their little screen, but they're going to go in there and try to infiltrate or try to take over your section, just delete. Don't respond, just delete. Because if you delete it, it's not going to go up in the algorithm. They're not going to be seen in that. You have control over your Facebook page. Control what content is there. If it's not something that aligns with your spirit, with your soul, then just delete the comment. Don't try to, it's like a bully trying to get you to fight and throw the first punch. Don't fall into it. Don't fall prey to it. Let's just eliminate that from Facebook, and eventually they're going to go someplace else, because if they can't get the notoriety in their mind, if they can't get you to respond, they can't get you to, sit there and try to take a swing at them via Facebook, then they'll go away. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. If you get those trolls that are out there, in this case, if he had some friends that were then shooting negative comments, just delete them. Oops, I don't know what happened. They deleted. Facebook must have done it. They must have taken it off. You can always report them to Facebook and things of that sort after the fact. But my solution, my thing that I do on my Facebook page, I just delete those comments. Keep it to the positive discussion, the positive talk that you want to cultivate on your page. Next, I want to talk, and it was just a simple posting. It was Me Too. When I saw that, I haven't gone through that in my life. I haven't been affected by that. And so I wanted to somehow show my support. So I put on my Facebook page, I put on No Means No. And that was a philosophy that I've embraced my whole life. I've had 4 older sisters. Every time anytime that I was interacting with a woman in my life, in the back of my mind was always, what would I want someone to do with my sisters, as far as being respectful, as far as listening, as far as loyalty, as far as that goes. And when I ran my store, when I had my store for those 13 years, I ran it with that respect for all the female employees and male employees, but we mostly had female employees. And I ran that with that respect in mind. I wanted them to feel just as comfortable and inspired to be there as I was as a business owner. And so I made the environment one that was safe, one that was inspiring, one that they could grow and nurture themselves in and grow as a person and become really great people. And I think the majority of the employees that I had did that in their lives. And I'm very, very proud of those women that did that, or that they've become in their adult life. And as I went forward and I started reading more and more and more, people started sharing even more on their pages, on their comments, about different things, not going into details, but just different things that have happened to them. And as I was reading down through some of the posts that were going on, it was just the only 2 words I can come up with is sad on one level, and I felt compassion to them on one level. And then on another level, I was just very inspired that we are just in that place and time that now we can have a forum to bring that out. Because if you take the pink elephant that's in the room, and you just start talking about it. You talk to the people that you trust in your life, and you bring that out in the open of things that have happened to you, and because of that, you don't hide them away. In the 50s, in the 60s, I'm a big history buff, but you go back and it was those, anytime something of that sort happened, it was hidden away. It was locked away in a closet. You might have told someone you trusted, a parent, a relative, someone, older than you, if it happened to you as a child. You talked to those people and you felt like they were someone you could trust, and maybe they said, just don't talk about it. Just don't tell people about it, And that happened way back in the days. And now we're to the point with Facebook and different aspects, different social media sites, Periscope and all that. We can be open with these things. We can share this with others. And I will go a step farther. As long as there's someone you feel you can trust, talk more about this. Tell people about it, because once you open up the can of worms, once you throw open Pandora's box, once you open it up, you can't shut it again. It's only can change. And that's what we're going to do with this. We're going to change. We're going to go from just posting me too to it will never happen in my family's life. And you secure that by changing the youth. So talk. Bring it out in the open, and it'll extinguish itself. Once the fire is out in the open, we can throw water on and we can extinguish those flames that burn inside someone that's just not right. And I'm sorry for anything. I feel compassion for anyone that has gone through this in their life. I'm sorry, although it wasn't me that did it, but it's something that the more we talk about it, the more we keep it in the open, it's going to slowly let itself die out. It's going to die out, and hopefully faster than slow, but every step in the right direction is taking you one less step in the wrong direction. Okay. And as I put up there, because I wanted to keep this positive too, it's like you've got 86,400 seconds today. Smile. I know I just talked about a really tough subject, but take a second and just remember that. You got 86,400 seconds in this day. Take a second or two and just smile. And know that you're alive, you're breathing, and your day, your life is going to be better just doing it. And the reason why I wanted to bring that up is as far as the next segment goes, is with fear. I don't want, where this all cultivates from is fear. And not talking, not bringing it out in the open, not going to that supervisor. Maybe it was a supervisor that did it at work. I know in my 20s, I worked retail. I managed retail stores. I worked in retail, and there was many. Retail is, for those that have never worked retail, if you've been in a retail store, I'm sure, it's basically the majority of the employees for a retail clothing store, and I work clothing, are going to be women. And why do they choose women in those roles? Because they're the best damn workers you'll ever get. If you want a solution, go ask a woman. If you want to get the job done right, go ask a woman. Yeah, I had 4 older sisters. During that time, as I managed retail stores, I had many of a district manager that were men, and they would come in, and then they, as soon as, and I shouldn't say many, there was many a time, there was a few times where a female employee might walk out of a back room, and we're doing an audit in the back room, and there was a bad remark that was made towards that individual. And I'm guilty as anyone in my 20s. I'm new to this. I was naive. I didn't cultivate that. I didn't say anything of that sort. But by not saying anything to them to correct them was the wrong thing to do, because it cultivated the appearance that I approved of that comment. And I know as I matured and as I felt more in control of my life and control of my business, and later when I had my business, I knew I did not want to treat employees that way. I was not going to have that kind of talk about employees that I had. So I treated them totally different. And on one aspect, it was a great thing because it taught me what not to do and how not to be. But it also, I apologize because it also, in some ways, by not negating, by not saying that's inappropriate, and this is back in the 80s, but by saying that's not appropriate or making that stand at that moment in time, it also probably affirmed in their mind that maybe that I was on their side, or by not saying anything, maybe they took it that way. And I apologize for anyone that maybe got hurt by those people later on in life or later on in a different situation. But that's the way I view it. It's like I can only control what I have done. And so by not negating their comment, not telling them that's inappropriate, that's not a good thing. If that happens nowadays, then I certainly take the assertive role and I tell people that's an inappropriate comment. That's an inappropriate thing to have here. That's an inappropriate. I'll make that comment and make sure that they are clear on my judgment on that. But times change, we mature, and we get stronger, we get better, and there's more technology like in the world today with Facebook. And yesterday was such an inspiring day with seeing all the comments and seeing the people being unified in their cause, standing up, being not holding back, not hiding, not having the fear. And the fear is what inhibits us from going forth and making change. So the first step to change is we need to break beyond the fears. And fears are just false experiences appearing real. We dream these in our mind. If I come out or come forward and say that this supervisor touched me inappropriately, my coworkers might look down upon me. They may not. The HR department may not think that they may think I'm making this up or I'm lying, or they might, because in the past, companies have done that, and hopefully you work in a company or you have your own business. If you have your own business, this is great because now this is where we can stop it right there. Boom. If you work for another company, and then you have to feel the confidence in that company. If you're working for a company that you feel is not going to be appropriate with that, if you came forward and you said that and you think that you're going to be challenged or intimidated by that, go find another place to work. It's as simple as that. Start the process now, because then we're going to eliminate all the bad companies, all the HR people, all the bad things that are out there, and we're only going to be working for good people, good companies, strong companies that are just going to be what our values are. And today I was teaching ethics to insurance professionals, and I was amazed. Hi, Danielle. I was amazed and really inspired by them too, because we kind of brought this out as a topic as far as how ethically this is. And of course, everybody agreed it's very unethical for this harassment or inappropriate touching or abuse whatever label you want to put on it, and whatever degree that it was. We want to eliminate that from our work. And I was inspired by the stories that were out there and were told by these insurance professionals about different instances and situations that they were put into. And this is men and women. And it happens. I'm going to say it predominantly happens more with women. But I think there's a change. You can smell the change in the air. And the more that we put this out there, do more of this. Maybe it's once a month we post Me Too on there, or No Means No, or whatever it is. Maybe it's on a certain day we rally together and we have that. Maybe there's going to be t-shirts. Maybe there's going to be all these good things that are going to happen, that we can expose this virus that's out there and eliminate it. Because that would be the most wonderful day for all of our children, our grandchildren, and the future beyond that, if we can eliminate this mentality that is still being cultivated in the workforce and in our lives. Because it can happen in families, it can happen of that sort too. So I'm not just focusing on the workplace too. So as it says right there, remember to take care of yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. Fill your cup first before you fill the others, and make sure you take care of yourself. And taking care sometimes means having those rough discussions, those tough discussions with other people. And you're going to be amazed. I was amazed yesterday with a simple Me Too, how many people then got inspired to rip open Pandora's box and post that on their wall also. Like I said, sorry to say it's going to be a shortened show tonight. That's everything that I have to say about that. And next week we'll have the full show going on, full half hour. Let me know on the Facebook page, Dave Stelma. Hit me some comments or message me with any topics that you would like to hear in the next coming weeks. Yep. Danielle says, gotta watch your children, empathy when they're young. You betcha. And believe them. When your children come to you or other children come to you and they share stories, believe them. We can research it after the fact, but believe what they're saying and don't challenge it or make them feel bad about coming forward, because that's where the strength comes, and we're going to get stronger as time goes on. Thank you very much. Have a good night, and be good and smile. You get 86,400 minutes or seconds in a day. Take 30 seconds and smile. It'll make someone else's day too. Good night. Bye. If you like this video, like my Facebook page or subscribe to my YouTube channel, or find everything at davestelma.com.